Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep into a book that's, well, it's kind of legendary. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, this one's been around forever, right? Like almost 100 years and still a bestseller.
Yeah.
You know there's got to be something to it.
Right. It's not just about like getting rich quick schemes or anything.
No, not at all.
It's more about like how to really tap into your potential, achieve your goals, whatever those goals are.
Exactly. And Hill had a really unique approach, you know? He actually sat down and interviewed like the biggest names of his time.
Ah.
Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, all those guys.
Yeah, trying to figure out like what set them apart, what made them so successful.
Exactly. He wasn't just looking at, their business strategies or whatever. He was really trying to understand their mindset, what they believed, how they thought, their habits, all of that.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and from all that research, he basically boiled it down to these 13 principles.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, they really do read like a roadmap to personal growth.
Cool. So where do we even begin with 13 principles?
Oh, well, I think the best place to start is right at the beginning, with the first principle, which is desire.
Desire, okay.
Yeah, but it's not just any desire. Hill talks about this burning desire, like this absolute obsession with your goal.
Okay, so it's more than just like kind of wanting something.
Way more. It has to consume you. Think about Henry Ford, right?
Okay, yeah.
His total fixation on building a, quote, horseless carriage. That wasn't just some passing interest, right? It was like a driving force. It pushed him through years and years of setbacks and challenges.
So that level of intense desire,
Yeah.
that's what you need to actually overcome all those inevitable obstacles that you're going to face, right?
Exactly. So, like, take a minute to think about it. What's your burning desire? What do you, like, really, truly, passionately want to achieve?
That's a good question.
Right?
So you've got that burning desire figured out, then what?
Well, Hill says the next thing you need is faith.
Faith. Okay, not like religious faith, right?
No, not exactly. It's more about like a rock solid belief in your ability to actually achieve that goal.
Even before you see any results.
Especially before you see results. It's about that unshakable confidence in yourself and your vision.
And this is where those things like affirmations and visualizations come in.
Exactly. It's like by repeatedly affirming your success and really picturing yourself achieving that goal, you're basically training your mind to believe it's possible.
So it's kind of like planting those seeds of success in your subconscious.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we've got the burning desire, the unwavering faith. What's next?
Well, that leads us right into the third principle, which is autosuggestion.
Autosuggestion. So now we're getting all psychological.
A little bit, yeah. But it's really powerful stuff.
Okay, break it down for me.
Basically, it's about like intentionally feeding your mind positive thoughts and suggestions.
So instead of like getting caught up in negative self-talk.
Right. You consciously shift that internal dialogue. Instead of saying, I'm terrible at public speaking, you'd reframe it as, I'm becoming more confident and engaging every time I speak.
I like that.
Yeah. Hill was like way ahead of his time with this whole idea of positive self-talk.
Absolutely. Okay, so we got the mindset part down, but I'm guessing Hill didn't just focus on like the mental game.
No, you're right. He also emphasized the importance of specialized knowledge.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you can dream all you want, but without the actual know-how, the expertise in your chosen field, it's going to stay just a dream.
And in today's world, with things changing so fast.
Well, it's even more crucial, right? We all have to be constantly learning, adapting, picking up new skills just to keep up.
So it's like lifelong learning is non-negotiable these days.
Pretty much.
Okay, so we're learning, we're building our expertise. Then what?
Then comes the fun part, imagination.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Hill called it the workshop of the mind.
Ooh, I like that.
It's where ideas are born, where solutions take shape. He really challenged people to think big.
Yeah.
To imagine things that seem impossible and then figure out how to make them happen.
So like pushing past those self-imposed limitations.
Exactly.
I love it. But even with the best ideas, the most brilliant imagination, you still need a plan, right?
Absolutely. That's where organized planning comes in.
Okay, so this is where we get down to brass tacks.
Right. Hill studied all these super successful people, and he found they were all meticulous planners.
Interesting.
They didn't just have like vague goals floating around. They had detailed plans, specific strategies, timelines, all of that.
So it's about turning that vision into concrete, actionable steps.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm with you. So
Yeah.
you've got your plan. What's next?
Decision.
Decision. Okay, so we're making choices now.
Big time. Hill was a huge advocate for making decisions promptly and sticking to them.
Unless you have a really good reason to change course.
Right. And you know what? This one really resonates with me because I think it's a big key to overcoming procrastination.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Right. It's so easy to get stuck in that analysis paralysis loop, you know?
Oh, totally.
But being decisive, it builds momentum. It helps you move forward.
So it's about, like, trusting your gut and taking action.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're being decisive, we're following our plan, but we all know things don't always go smoothly.
Yeah, never.
There are going to be roadblocks, setbacks.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
so how do we deal with that?
Persistence.
Persistence.
That's Hill's answer. He firmly believed that success isn't a straight line.
No, it's more like a roller coaster.
Totally. It's about weathering those storms, pushing through those setbacks, and never, ever giving up.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But Hill had all these incredible stories in the book about people who faced constant rejection, failure after failure, but they just kept going.
And eventually, they achieved their goal.
Exactly. It's pretty inspiring, you know? It really shows that resilience can be just as important as like raw talent or anything else.
Totally agree. But we don't have to do it all alone, right?
No, not at all. Hill was a big believer in surrounding yourself with the right people, which she called the mastermind principle.
The mastermind principle. Okay, explain that one.
It's all about having this supportive network, a group of like-minded individuals who share your goals and your vision.
So it's like finding your tribe, those people who get you and want to see you succeed.
Exactly. And the idea is that this group becomes more than just the sum of its parts.
Oh.
You know, the collective knowledge, the experience, the support, all of that can help you overcome challenges, spark new ideas, and ultimately achieve success faster.
It's like having your own personal board of advisors.
Yeah, kind of. So think about the people in your life, you know? Who are those folks who can really push you, support you, and help you grow?
Good question. So we've got the support system in place. What's next on Hill's list?
Well, this is where it gets a little deeper. He starts to explore the power of the subconscious mind.
Ooh. Okay, now we're getting into the really interesting stuff.
Right. He believed the subconscious is this incredibly powerful force, but it can work for or against you depending on what you feed it.
That makes sense.
And this is where he ties it back to that principle of autosuggestion.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you're constantly feeding your subconscious negative thoughts, self-doubt, all that, you're basically sabotaging yourself.
But if you focus on those positive affirmations, visualize your success.
Exactly. Then your subconscious starts working with you, not against you.
Wow. So it creates this powerful feedback loop.
Exactly.
Fascinating. So Hill explored the power of the subconscious, and he also had some interesting ideas about the brain itself.
Yeah, he kind of saw it as this broadcasting station for thoughts, you know? Like it could actually influence the world around you.
Interesting.
Some of his ideas might seem a little mystical by today's standards, but the core message is still relevant.
Which is?
Focus on positive thoughts, success-oriented thoughts, and you'll attract opportunities, like-minded people, all that good stuff.
So it's about cultivating that positive energy.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've talked about the subconscious, the brain, anything else?
Well, Hill also introduced this concept of the sixth sense.
The sixth sense. Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he described it as this heightened intuition, this gut feeling that helps you make smart decisions and spot opportunities that other people might miss.
So is this something you're born with, or?
Well, that's what's interesting. He believed it was something you develop, you know, as you master those other 12 principles.
So it's like the culmination of your self-development journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. So we've covered a lot of ground here, but I have a feeling Hill didn't shy away from the tougher stuff either.
No, you're right. He definitely addressed the darker side of human experience. Specifically, he talked about fear.
Oh, yeah. Fear can be a major
Yeah,
obstacle.
absolutely. He actually outlined 6 basic fears that he believed hold people back.
6. Okay, I'm listening.
Fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death.
Wow. Yeah, those are some pretty big ones.
Right. And his point was, to really reach your full potential, you have to acknowledge those fears and then consciously work to overcome them.
Because fear, left unchecked, can be totally paralyzing.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, we covered so much ground today.
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich. It's clearly way more than just a book about, making money.
Oh, for sure.
It's really about understanding the power of your own mind, setting those clear goals, and then, most importantly, taking consistent action.
Yeah, it's a timeless reminder that you really do have the power to shape your own destiny.
So now that you've heard all about these 13 principles, which one resonates the most with you?
Yeah, and what's one small step you can take, like today to actually start putting it into action.
Keep that burning desire alive, my friends.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye.
See ya.